Right now, the family of a man shot and killed by a Dane County deputy last night is looking for answers, what they're saying as the investigation gets underway. Plus, it's debate night for Governor Evers and challenger Tim Michels. We've got a preview of what you can expect. And later, doctors saying an unusual spike in a cold virus typically seen during the winter months. What parents need to know. You're watching News 3 now at 6. The Department of Justice is investigating after a Dane County deputy shot and killed someone in the village of Windsor last night. Now, so far, officials have said little about what led to the shooting, but we know the person killed was taken to the hospital where they later died. Tahlil Mohadeen spoke to family members who say it was their loved one who was killed. Tahlil?
Eric, the family is identifying that person as 46-year-old Quantez Campbell. They say they're devastated and looking for answers. Quantez Campbell's family grieves their loved one today.
Why do it take so long? Why we got to wait until tomorrow to see him? Like we leaving him by himself that long? I don't understand.
His family says they heard from officers that he was killed in an incident with a Dane County Sheriff's deputy, but haven't learned how or why he was shot.
That same day I seen him, that's yesterday. He was here 5:15 yesterday, and just to think 45 minutes after he was gunned down, and we didn't even know.
So they went looking for answers on their own and learned Campbell was wanted on a warrant. What they can't answer is why he ended up dead.
He just a black man. He didn't want to go to jail, just like everybody else.
Court records show the 46-year-old had a warrant pending since about 3 weeks ago for failure to appear in a pending felony criminal case. Filings show he's accused of helping steal several $1,000s worth of copper coils from UW Hospital. Today, his family says they want people to know he was more than his mistakes.
That was the biggest thing when it came to this. We just didn't want him to be portrayed as something that he wasn't. So we just want to paint a picture, just to let everybody know that he was a family man, a loving man.
With so many questions still unanswered, they're not sure what they would say to Campbell, but their hearts remain heavy.
If we knew what happened and the situation surrounding that, maybe we can answer that question a better way. But right about now, we are devastated.
Family did share they have plans to meet with the Division of Criminal Investigation, the group looking into the deadly shooting. They say they hope to have more answers then. We don't know if Campbell was a suspect or involved in a different way. The DOJ has not yet formally identified the person shot or released any additional details about the incident.
Well, Leo, thank you. The seventh day of testimony in the Darrell Brooks trial got contentious before anyone even took the stand. Just minutes into court, Brooks began to argue over subject matter jurisdiction, something Judge Jennifer Dorough called an irrelevant matter. The jury had to be excused, and as Brooks and Judge Dorough went back and forth before a brief recess was called so Brooks could calm down. Today, several police officers from Franklin, Wauwatosa, and Waukesha took the stand. Bryce Schulten, a Waukesha police officer, gave his testimony about what he saw while working the parade route that day.
Well, my intention was to shoot you in the upper portion of the body. However, my intention was not to kill you. My intention was to stop the threat that you were posing to everyone in the downtown area at the Christmas parade.
Another officer testified that when he ran the plates on the vehicle used in the attack, it came up with Darrell Brooks' mother. Darrell Brooks was arrested then blocks away shortly after. Janesville police are investigating after 3 people robbed an Amazon delivery van at gunpoint last night. Authorities say the robbery happened just after 9. This was in the 1700 block of Green Forest Run. 3 men approached the van, demanded money from the driver who didn't have any money, so the suspects then took multiple packages from the van. Police say the suspect, who showed a handgun during the robbery, was wearing a red hoodie, gray jogger sweatpants, and socks with sandals. Another suspect wore a black shiny jacket with a red symbol on the front, jeans with a rip in the knee, and red and black sneakers. The final suspect wore a gray and black puffy coat, a mask showing only his eyes, and white or light-colored sneakers. Anyone with information about the suspect's identity is asked to contact the Janesville Police Department. In Lake Mills, police need your help identifying a man who robbed a Culver's last month and has since targeted 2 others. Take a look. Investigators say the man travels in a red or maroon 4-door Jeep. On September 26th, the suspect reportedly pulled into the drive-thru, passed a note to staff demanding money, and threatened to use a gun. He escaped with an undisclosed amount of money. No gun was actually seen during that incident. Anyone with information on the suspect is asked to call Lake Mills Police. Let's check your certified most accurate forecast. Here's Julian Seawright.
Well, we have a chilly night on our hands as we get in throughout the rest of our Friday evening. Those who have any Friday night football plans, make sure that you are bundling up. It's going to be a chilly one for us. And on top of it, it is October in Wisconsin, and folks, we know what that means. Temperatures are going to be dropping to the 30s for many of us. So we have a freeze warning in effect. This is for Dane and Rock County and areas to the east. This will be valid from 1 a.m. into our 9 a.m. at Saturday morning. Now, taking a look at what we're seeing for tonight, starting with the radar, we are starting to pick up signatures of some showers and even some snow flurries just north of the Dells. However, it's not hitting the ground because we don't have enough saturation on the surface level, so it's really just the dry air hitting all of that moisture, which is why we've really just had plenty dry conditions throughout much of southern Wisconsin. Looking ahead, folks, it is going to be chilly. We're going to see a dive into the upper 30s within the next couple of hours. So again, make sure that you are staying warm because tonight we're going to be just below freezing, around 31 degrees here in Madison. Could see an early shower potentially in the next couple of hours, but overall it's going to be very isolated and not very widespread. But we'll plan out the rest of your weekend in just a few moments. Until then, back to you guys.
All right, Julian, thank you. We're now less than an hour away from the start of the lone gubernatorial debate this election season. Incumbent Governor Tony Evers will face challenger Tim Michels in our News 3 Now studios, and our political reporter Will Keneally will be covering it for us. And Will, what are we expecting to see tonight?
Right, well, it's looking to be a neck-and-neck race here for governor. And if you look at the polls, including the one from Marquette this week, they keep showing that this race is tied. So tonight could be a good chance for the candidates to win over some of those key swing voters who will help decide the election in the remaining weeks. We heard from the Evers campaign earlier today. They're likely looking to tout his record on education, abortion, and things like local funding for cities. On the Michels side, crime will be a key focus for him, as well as things like inflation. For Republicans, the part of this election will be a referendum on the Biden and Evers administrations. We'll also look at how much the campaigns energized their bases with tonight's debate. We saw a small crowd for Evers outside our studios just here a few minutes ago, and tonight could be an opportunity to drive turnout for both Evers and Michels heading into November.
All right, Will, thank you. Now remember, you can watch tonight's debate between Governor Evers and Tim Michels right here on Channel 3. You can also live stream it through channel3000.com. Again, it starts at 7 o'clock. A federal judge in West Virginia has blocked a law banning possession of firearms with serial numbers removed. He ruled that firearms with the serial number filed off should be considered legal under the Constitution. And the judge cited a recent Supreme Court decision that holds the constitutional right to bear arms as fundamental. He acknowledges that guns without serial numbers are more likely to be used in a violent crime, but as he wrote, this is, quote, the exact type of means and reasoning the Supreme Court has forbidden me from considering, end quote. No charges will be filed in the death of a man who fell from a Milwaukee drawbridge that raised as he was walking across it. Prosecutors say that investigators found no evidence of any criminal wrongdoing. 77-year-old Richard Dujardin was crossing the Kilbourne Avenue Bridge on August 15th with his wife. Rosemary Dujardin made it across, but her husband was about halfway when it opened. Richard tried to hold on as the bridge raised, but lost his grip, fell onto the pavement below. Dujardin's family, including his 6 adult children, remember him as an avid traveler, devout Catholic, and passionate storyteller. Doctors are warning of an earlier than usual spike in cases of a cold virus that is more severe for young children. Wisconsin's seeing an increase in cases of RSV, a cold virus that typically peaks during the winter months. Cases are usually mild, but can be dangerous in young children. Parents should watch their sick kids for signs of respiratory distress.
Parents will know this acronym RSV, especially our toddlers and our infants. They can get a pretty bad respiratory illness with lots of respiratory distress and difficulty breathing.
Normal precautions like disinfecting and masking can protect against the virus. If your child is having trouble breathing, you should take them to get checked out. And Abbott Labs is recalling some of its baby formula. The company announced it's recalling certain lots of its 2-ounce ready-to-feed liquid formula due to a problem with bottle caps. Now, the caps may not have been sealed completely, could cause the formula to spoil. Most of the affected products are distributed primarily to hospitals and doctors' offices. The recall does not include any powder formulas. Abbott says the recall involves a small fraction of total infant formula and should not affect the overall supply. And coming up at 6, a new mural is turning heads in Middleton, where you can take a look for yourself. And a Madison teacher, one of only 3 in the United States, receiving a prestigious award for her efforts in teaching journalism. Stick around.
It's our biggest sale of the year.
And you can save big
on quality home furnishings throughout the showroom.
Join us for our anniversary sale.
And help us celebrate.
Over 25 years at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
My school does active shooter drills every few months.
It's terrifying to think about.
Tim Michaels wants to allow teenagers my age to buy AR-15s with no waiting period.
It's a terrible idea.
It's a really bad idea.
And Michaels wants to allow people to bring loaded guns on our school grounds.
And that's just not okay. I don't want guns in my school. We shouldn't be making things worse.
Tim Michaels is just way too radical.
He's way too divisive.
Tim Michaels is wrong for Wisconsin.
It's Steinhoffel's 88th anniversary, and we're celebrating with incredible store-wide savings. Save 35 to 55% on sofas, dining sets, mattresses, bedroom furniture, and more. Plus, when you spend $17.99 or more, you'll get an extra $88 off your purchase. For 88 years, Steinhoffel's has been helping families create the homes of their dreams. So celebrate with us and take advantage of some fantastic deals during Steinhoffel's 88th anniversary sale. Relax, it's Steinhoffel's.
Golden Cars is having a huge fall sale with 2019 Hyundai Ioniq Hybrid starting at $16,995 or $285 per month. Don't miss out on 2019 Hyundai Ioniq Hybrid starting at $16,995 or $285 per month. Golden Cars has over 20 to choose from between our east and west locations. Get huge gas savings with up to 60 miles per gallon. So just come on in and ask for me, Crystal the Pistol Gobin. Go to Gobin Cars east or west.
You gotta go to Gobin, GobinCars.com.
It's our biggest sale of the year.
And you can save big
On quality home furnishings throughout the showroom.
Join us for our anniversary sale.
and help us celebrate.
Over 25 years at Wanakee Furniture, ETC.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
The west location of the Willie Street Co-op has a new mural to show off to the public. Back in June, Willie West shoppers voted on their preferred mural to paint for the side of the store. Shoppers were heard, and the winner was the local and native species theme. The mural was designed by Dane Mural Arts, a nonprofit whose goal is beautifying neighborhoods throughout Dane County.
I wanted to tell the story of what does it mean to belong to a place and to belong to a system that we are mutually tending to one another, and that we're part of the landscape. It's not nature and then humans.
If you'd like to check out the mural, simply stop by the Willie Street Co-op store. That's on the west side off University Avenue in Middleton. Madison East business and media teacher receiving a prestigious award. The National Scholastic Press Association recently announced April Van Buren as one of only 3 teachers in the U.S. to receive its Pioneer Award. It is the highest honor bestowed upon journalism educators, with recipients recognized as being among the best in the world. Van Buren's own teaching journey has taken her from Missouri to New Mexico and now Wisconsin, where she now teaches an advanced broadcast class and advises the school yearbook.
The best part for me is just really seeing how journalism transforms kids. It gives them confidence, it helps them with their reading and writing, and it gives them more opportunities to think critically, and that's what's most important to me.
Van Buren will be recognized at one of 2 conferences put on by the NSPA. Still ahead, we've got some fun fall events for you this weekend, plus from a penny all the way up to a house, how a Wisconsin man is looking to make a difference in his community. And temperatures will be on the chilly side for Friday Night Football. Julian's got your complete forecast when we come back.
What you see is important. How you see is important too. Get personalized care from experienced optometrists at Shopko Optical. Better eye care. You'll see. Right now, get 40% off lenses with the purchase of any frames. Shopko Optical.
Ashley's Ultimate Sale is going on now. Shop in store and get the ultimate mattress discounts. Get 55% off select Beauty Rest mattresses. Plus, buy any Tempur-Pedic mattress and get $300 in free furniture. Don't miss these ultimate savings. Only at Ashley.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1, what's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2, join Planet Fitness for $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime, and get moving. Go cardio crazy in our clean and spacious clubs. Jam out on the strength machines and get down with some dumbbells. Step 3, bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends Friday, October 14th.
My school does active shooter drills every few months.
It's terrifying to think about.
Tim Michaels wants to allow teenagers my age to buy AR-15s with no waiting period.
It's a terrible idea.
It's a really bad idea.
And Michaels wants to allow people to bring loaded guns on our school grounds.
And that's just not okay. I don't want guns in my school. We shouldn't be making things worse.
Tim Michaels is just way too radical.
He's way too divisive.
Tim Michaels is wrong for Wisconsin.
You can get your smile back today. At Affordable Dentures and Implants, we make high-quality tooth replacement affordable for everyone. So whether it's a single tooth, full dentures, or life-changing dental implants, we have an experienced dentist who can help you go ahead and smile. Click or call to schedule your new smile consultation today.
Go ahead and smile.
Furniture and Appliance Mart's Ultimate Sale is going on now. Get 10% off LG appliance packages of 3 or more pieces. Plus, guaranteed delivery within 5 days on all in-stock appliances at Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley off the Beltline in East Springs Drive.
What you see is important. That makes quality eye care important too. Get personalized care from experienced optometrists at Shopko Optical. Better eye care. You'll see.
Don't need glasses? See us for your contacts and save on your annual supply.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
A Wausau man is boat deep in a project to bring joy to a family in need. He's trying to barter his way up from 1 penny to a house he can donate. He was inspired by a now famous red paperclip influencer who started the movement. Drew Sutherland reports.
A couple of months ago, Anthony Iverson Lloyd saw a trash problem along the Riverwalk. He decided to be the change and do something about it.
It kind of gave people a lot of, just, I don't want to say hope, but just like, it was nice to see.
Lloyd wondered how he could start to make a bigger difference. It started with a routine visit to Quick Trip.
And I just looked down and I see a penny and I was like, I should just do a penny. That'd be kind of cool. It's just kind of like one of those items that people kind of don't care about. They kind of just throw away. You see all over the place.
He decided to start a campaign to barter for a house for someone in need. Within minutes of hanging out in the 400 block with a sandwich board, he was on his way.
There's this car with a bunch of college girls in it, and they just came to a screeching halt, and they actually almost got rear-ended by the car behind them.
Trading the first penny for a bottle of maple syrup got the ball rolling.
I had a box of organic ice cream cones that I traded to a guy for a circular saw, and he wore a robot costume while we did that trade.
The snowball effect began, and soon he met people who shared his interest. Dawn Steyer saw his post on Nextdoor and wanted to contribute with a snowblower she got as a gift.
It was pretty new. It'd only been used once or twice, and I thought it'd be great for him.
Steyers took a life jacket in trade. She didn't know what she'd do with it, but wanted to spread the message.
And I thought about taking it to Vegas with me and then just, taking a picture, but I was concerned it would worry some of the people on the plane.
After only 2 months, Iverson Lloyd is up to a speedboat and isn't giving up on the dream.
If you can open your hearts and your wallet and, help him out, this is such a cool project and it's life-changing for somebody.
A house, for example, is like the largest financial commitment somebody has. It's usually their biggest financial burden. And I thought, what if I gave somebody a house?
Now, Iverson Lloyd says he wants to give away the house for a penny, so he has 2, with the message that you can double your investment with a little bit of legwork. Check out this video. This was Eau Claire. Folks getting their first snowfall of the season. The snow came early this morning. Snow showers started mixing with rain for the later part of the day. Well, let's check back in with Julian now for what our weather is looking like for the weekend. Julian?
Well, it truly is fall in Wisconsin, Eric. It's already chilly for us as we get into our Friday evening. So those heading to Friday night, make sure that you are bundling up for the Friday night football games. Let's get into it right now. We have a freeze warning in effect for the highlighted areas on your screen. That'll be from Dane to Rock County and areas to the east. And that's going to go in effect from 1 a.m. to 9 a.m. into our Saturday morning. Now, taking a look at our radar, and it does show a couple of showers just east of Watertown and to the north as well, but it's not hitting the ground. We're looking at plenty of dry air on the surface. Even though this dynamic system has brought in plenty of moisture, there's just not enough moisture or saturation on the ground, on the surface level, for us to actually start to see developments of showers. Though we could start to see a little potential of some saturation later on, which could bring in some showers a little bit into our evening hours, but outside outside of that, things are going to stay rather on the dry side and still rather quiet. Dew points are the best indicator for this. So you can see very low dew points throughout much of southern Wisconsin, which is why we're still dealing with lots of dry conditions. So those who are heading to the final dry forecast for us, this is a look what we're going to be seeing for us. We're looking at temperatures to be into the 30s by the time we get into the later part of tonight. It's going to be chilly though, folks, especially with the wind right behind it. It is going to feel pretty brutal for us, for those that are just going to be sitting around watching the game. So make sure that you are bundling up. Tonight we're going to hit a low around 31 degrees here in Madison. Could see that early shower, but heading into tomorrow, slight improvement, but it's going to be around the lower 50s for us as we get into our Saturday. It's not going to be as chilly, but still a bit of the breeze will be at our backs. Now, taking a look at how we're going to plan out the rest of tonight going into our weekend. Well, things are going to be quiet overnight, but they will be cold. Heading into our Saturday morning, still waking up on the chilly side, start to see improvements by the time we get to our Saturday afternoon. And then Saturday nights, well, any kind of developments of showers are mainly going to be north of the Dells. We're not going to be looking at much in terms of any precipitation, but transitioning into Saturday night, you can start to see a bit of that wind starting to pick up, transitioning into our Sunday, where we are going to start to see a bit of some breezy conditions. And that's where we're really going to see some chilly areas start to really flood their way throughout much of southern Wisconsin. So be prepared going into Sunday, some windy conditions, and of course some chill as well. We're not looking at much in terms of precipitation, trace amounts for our friends to the far southeast, but the winds again are going to be the big story once we get into the back end of the weekend. We're looking at wind gusts to be near 30 miles per hour for many of us here in southern Wisconsin, and that's going to kick into our Monday, which is going to be another windy day for us to start off the work week, and even starting to see stronger winds by the time we get into our late Monday morning. But a look at our weekend forecast in itself, our best day is going to be Saturday, Sunday, a bit more cloud cover, and going to be into the lower 40s, or upper 40s, excuse me. But outside of that, folks, we are going to be looking at our three things that needs to know. Is that it's going to be seeing those winds really pick up by the time we get into Sunday through next Tuesday. A couple of shower chances may mix with some flurries, but overall not looking for anything widespread or anything really concrete. Next week, though, we are going to start rather chilly, but the good news is we are looking for a nice increase in temperatures by the time we get into next weekend, which will be just about seasonable and definitely be warranted for us after such a chilly start to our weekend we're going to be dealing with, Eric.
All right, Julian, thank you. Happening right now, the Madison Night Market is back. The market, of course, a celebration of the city's unique and inspiring creative culture. It includes food and art vendors, pop-up restaurant experiences, and live music at Lisa Link Peace Park throughout the evening hours. It's a great opportunity to support local businesses in the downtown area, and the market runs until 8. Tomorrow, it's time for the 16th annual Fall Fun Event in Sun Prairie. Visitors can enjoy a variety of fall-themed activities and entertainment in downtown Sun Prairie. Runs from 11 to 5 with happenings at both Cannery Square and the Sun Prairie Historical Museum.
And coming up in sports, Jim Leonard's message to his team this week: play clean football. While the Badgers were dialed in on the details as they prepared for the Spartans. That's next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Some ideas seem good, but aren't.
Maybe she could sell her house.
What could go wrong?
Like listing your house, then dealing with all the trouble, expense, not to mention closing costs. We Buy Ugly Houses can buy your house fast for all cash as is with no hassle. Call or click to sell quick.
I'm Sheriff Jim Johnson.
I'm Sheriff Eric Severson.
We've got the real story on Mandela Barnes.
Barnes wants to defund our police, but he spent over $600 grand of your money on police protection for himself.
Barnes wants to eliminate bail for violent felons, and his administration has already released over 800 criminals, including 44 child rapists.
Take it from us.
Mandela Barnes policies are a threat to your family.
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
Chevy Silverado. It's got the power you want and the capability you need to do the job, so you can get to the important work. Find new moments, find new roads. It's Chevy truck season. Qualified lessees can use $1,000 engine lease cash to get this Silverado for around $449 a month, or get a $1,000 accessory allowance toward a new Chevy truck with accessories.
Wisconsin is a home of workers. We know what needs to get done, and we do it. Yet, we've been hit hard, some harder than others. Our contact may be limited, but we still can lift each other up. The Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy providers are working together to help keep your heat and power on. You may not ask for it, but we want you to know we're here.
Some ideas seem good, but aren't.
These guys will buy our house without even seeing it.
Online buyers make offers that seem attractive at first, only to lower or cancel at the last minute. We Buy Ugly Houses won't reduce or cancel our firm cash offers before closing. Call or click to sell quick.
The Wisconsin Broadcasters Association Foundation presents the 2022 Wisconsin gubernatorial debate. Incumbent Democratic Governor Tony Evers debates Republican challenger Tim Michels Friday at 7 p.m. on WISC-TV.
After an emotional week, the Wisconsin football team rallied around each other and responded with a much-needed win at Northwestern. Now the challenge for Jim Leonard and company, do it again. To do that, the Badgers know they'll have to play clean football again, something they didn't do in the previous couple of weeks. So this week, it's been about focusing on the fundamentals, doing the little things right, and limiting mental mistakes.
We weren't doing a great job of any of those things, the previous couple weeks. So just kind of more than anything, getting back to the basics. And the challenge was how efficient can you be, right? How well can you execute?
How do we do that with strain and do it better? And really having attention to the detail in that and knowing, okay, what did I do and how did it help me? And then just doing it again.
The Packers looking to bounce back after their loss in London, and they've got some injuries to watch. Rashawn Gary has been battling a toe injury the last 2 days. He did practice today, but is listed as questionable. Matt LaFleur called Gary's toe a concern, but if he can't go, well, you know the phrase.
It's the next man up, and the standard doesn't change, but let's face it, the guy is pretty impactful, I'd say, when he's out on the grass. So certainly he's a guy that we definitely want in there, and when he's not in there, I think you can feel the effects of that.
Wisconsin volleyball wraps up their 3-match road trip with a drive down I-80 to take on Iowa, a program that they've dominated in recent history. In the last 20 meetings, the Badgers have won 19 of them. This year, the Hawkeyes have a new coach, and Kelly Sheffield knows this Iowa team isn't like the Iowa teams his squad has seen in the past.
He's got them going in a really, really good direction. And a lot of times you can't see that first year or halfway through the first year. It's really dramatic when you're watching film of how the direction that their program is heading. And we've got our hands full.
Volleyball's playing right now, women's hockey's playing right now, men's hockey tonight, and oh, by the way, high school football.
Final night of the regular season. High school football, big night. We're both going to be out at some games tonight. It's going to be cold.
Make sure you guys have gloves. It's going to be pretty chilly, folks. As we get into tonight's, temperatures are going to drop into the 30s in the next couple of hours for many of us here in southern Wisconsin and for the Dane County area. So make sure, yes, you are staying bundled up. Improvements for Saturday, but then we're back to the chill going into our Sunday and Monday of next week. But don't worry, next weekend is looking for improvement.
All right, Julian, thank you. Reminder, the gubernatorial debate starts in 30 minutes right here on News 3 Now. Thanks for watching. Have a great evening.